got another video today, and the topic of today's video is how to tell if you are in balance in your life. How to tell if you are centered, balanced, at peace with yourself and the world around you. And I'm going to give you an example of a scale. Pretend my hands are a scale. I was trying to find a real scale, but it's 2015, so I couldn't find one. And so imagine this scale, like when the old kind of scales would be just a little device where if you put weight, like if I put something on my hand here, and that's the scale, it would go like this, and the scale would tip as one side of the scale got more stuff on it. That's just gravity doing its work. So I want you to think of a scale for your life, and each side of the scale represents one thing, and these can get out of balance in your life. It's easy to tell when they're out of balance. So think of one side of the scale as this is how much you are investing yourself into the situations in your life, how vested you are, how attached to things you are. And this other side represents how detached from things you are, how indifferent you are to things in the world. So we have attached and being detached. That's what both of these sides of the scale represent. And it's very easy to see when one side of the scale gets out of alignment or gets too heavy. It's like putting a ton of bricks on it, and that scale is getting way too much pressure. So on the one hand we have being attached to outcomes, being vested in things, and the other hand we have being detached. Okay, so let's use an example of your job, your career that you're at. As you do the job more, you get more comfortable, you get into a place where it's very relaxing. That starts to tip the scale down, and you become very, let's see, keep my hand in there. You become very vested in that job. It means the world to you. It means it's everything to you. And your detachment has very little weight. That's kind of making my arms tired, so I'm going to stop holding my hands like that. But the side of the scale that deals with being attached or comfortable or vested in that starts to gain a lot of weight with you. It's how you're thinking about it very heavily. And so that's one example. On the flip side of that, you could be at a job or a career, and the other side of the scale, which is being indifferent and not caring, you could just be so lazy or so just irresponsible that you just don't give a crap. And then that side of the scale starts to go all the way down, and you're now giving weight to just not giving a rat's ass about anything. I would like you to consider that having any of those situations go too far is a recipe for struggle and difficulty and pain in your life, and that consider keeping both of those in a healthy balance instead, meaning you care enough, you care and invest enough of yourself, of your time, of your energy, of your thought process, such that you care about a situation, whether it's work, a person, your side business, your whatever it is you're doing, but you also have an equal amount of weight into being detached from it as well. And that means that at any time that thing you care about could be gone, and you have enough weight of being detached that you don't feel it. You may experience the loss of it, but it doesn't affect you such that you've lost yourself in the moment. And how do you tell when one of these scales is getting too far? Well, look at any situation in your life. Like if you've lost a job before and you just felt completely crushed. If you felt completely crushed, you felt completely off-centered, you felt nervous, you felt like you're having panic attacks, that means the side of the scale for investment in that thing was too far weighted. You put way too much stock in that one situation. Consider instead putting stock in that situation, but also being detached from it, being open to the possibility of other things, whether that's a new job, a new career, or something else. How can you tell when you're on the other side, when you're too detached? When you're too detached, you just don't care. I had a situation like this happen with me when I was in college. When I was in college, I worked at a data library. When I first started, I was working at a data entry company for a library. Yeah, just entering data on the computer. And it was a very mundane and tedious job, and I just didn't care if I got fired. I would fall asleep, I'd come in late. It was just the most boring thing ever. The end result of that, of being so indifferent and not caring and just not caring about the situation, is that I got fired. I did a horrible job and I was not pleasant to be around. So you can go too far on the other end. Think about the personal situations in your life with the people you interact with. One of the philosophies that I've adopted is that at any time, at any moment, someone that you know, in whatever way you know them, they can disappear like a puff of smoke and be gone from your life by their own choice, and they don't even have to give a reason why. They can just disappear, poof, gone. And you have to be willing to accept that with anyone in your life, that can happen, and give them the freedom and space to do that. You can care about that person. You can certainly care about that person. Keep that level of gratitude and care for that person, but keep it at an even level with your ability to be detached from that person, such that any action they take is okay because you're detached. And you can still care about them while you're detached. You can still hope for the best for someone if they just disappear. This will help you in your personal friendships and interactions and relationships with people to maintain a healthy balance in the scale. You know you're getting too far on one end of the scale, even a little bit too far on the scale. If something happens and it affects you, it messes with your emotions, it does things to you, that means you're getting a little too attached to the situation. Again, you can care about a situation but still be detached, and it's a very healthy balance, and it's something you have to remind yourself of daily. You cannot forget that keeping a balance is very healthy and will save you from a lot of pain by having too many expectations for situations and people in your life. So this is Jeremy J. Think of it as a scale of life. On the one hand, you are vested in outcomes, but not too vested in outcomes, because on the other hand, you want to be detached and you want to be willing that anything at any time could happen, but not too willing such that you just allow crap to happen and destroy your life either. It's a healthy balance. It's not always easy, especially when a situation comes that you start to feel really invested in. It becomes difficult. So there you go. If you'd like to get my help personally, there's a variety of options in this video description to do that, as well as a link to contact me or tip me like you would someone who's done you a valuable service. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and tell your friends and family if something I've said here has been valuable, so that they may get help. They may get inspiration and insight into their lives as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next coaching video.